Hey friends, coming to you love and truth, and I just want to do this video because I was thinking after that last video I did about the first seal and how it lines up with the first church of Ephesus and how they were really good at pointing out these false prophets, the Nicolaitans at that time, which means they were conquering people by basically telling them that we don't have to follow the law, God's law, and how to love God and how to love others, basically, and sexual immorality was okay, and these moral laws aren't that important. But Yeshua says to the first church, do not forget remember your first love. And when I was looking at that word remember, where else did Yeshua say remember, I was thinking, and he said that during Passover at the Last Supper, when he said, when you take this bread in remembrance of me, unleavened bread, and drink this wine in remembrance of me. And it had me thinking, what if the 7 prophetic feast days of Leviticus 23 also line up with Matthew 24, the 7 churches of Revelations, and the 7 seals of Revelation? And when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking that's also a timeline, Passover. So I think there's a high likely, if the seals were going to open, we're going to see that in a significant way. I'm not so certain that it'll start the Feast of Trumpets, but actually Passover. Something also I didn't have time to mention is this white horse in other religions. In Islam, they are waiting on it's called the Al-Mahdi to ride on a white horse, which also lines up with Yeshua saying in Matthew 24 to beware of false teachers, false prophets. Again, going back to the church of Ephesus, he said, I do commend you basically for hating also the Nicolaitans and calling them out, the false prophets that said that we don't need to obey the law or moral law. But he said, I have this against you, to remember me. And it made me think of Passover. To remember Yeshua, and then we need to remember him in Passover in these feast days. That's how we love God, is to remember him in these feast days. They are shadows of things to come, and that's how we should celebrate it. And knowing that these are appointed days, not pagan days. These are God-appointed days in the Bible that we are called to celebrate in remembrance of him. All right, I love you guys. Like and follow for more.